And we should be recording. All right, got just my cup. Okay. Welcome to another Noah's Nonsense, episode 14, Senior Seconds. Guest star, Drew Skyberg. Drew, tell us about yourself.
Well, Noah, first I'd like to thank you for having me on. Very nice of you, and I appreciate it a lot.
No, we appreciate you.
Awesome. And I'm a senior from Valdez High School. And in the fall, I plan to attend the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and I plan to major in finance and minor in Spanish. So that's going to be exciting. It's a shame, though, I'm leaving a great class like you guys behind, your junior class. You guys will do great next year, though. So, yeah.
Well, thank you, Drew. So our first bullet point of today is anything I'd like to discuss. I really didn't think of much, but I'm wearing my Disney socks today that I got in Florida when I went the other time. So that's pretty cool. Drew, what socks are you wearing today?
Yeah, so I'm wearing black Nike athletic socks. I was just doing some yard work this morning. I figured I'd rep some Nike. So that's what I got.
What kind of yard work?
I was picking up some leaves from the fall that were kind of left over with the snow. I was raking. I mowed some lawn, actually, as the grass started growing around by us. I don't know. Have you had to mow some lawn yet?
No, actually, it's quite short here in the local town of Valdez.
Oh, right by the lake in Manitowoc. It's
Manitowoc.
It's been growing. I don't know what's going on there, but there's been some grass that's been really growing, so I had to put an end to it today.
I respect that man that takes care of his lawn. Me, I let it grow until the mosquitoes bother me, but I respect a man that does his lawn, nice and easy. So let's talk lake to lake soccer, me and the boys. Drew would like to discuss a great deal about that. So Drew, tell us a little bit about lake to lake soccer.
All right, I'll talk about the lake to lake soccer team. Noah's a member of it as well, and he's a star. He's a budding star. When he scores that first goal this year, we are all picking him up and just holding him for his greatness.
Soccer, just like football, sixth grade year was it?
Yeah, I think it was. Just like football all over again, we're going to honor Noah Bratz's greatness by just holding him up to the sky as our – yeah. And then I got our schedule now. So here's the schedule for the 2021 Lake to Lake soccer season. Very exciting. I know everyone's been waiting for the schedule. So we're gonna read the names. First game, April 24th at 1 o'clock at home versus Brilliant, which that game is kind of a bummer because a good amount of players are missing that game due to prom, which is a bummer. Noah, will you be there?
I have prom plans, but I don't know what time they are. So I hopefully will make the game. I really hope so. I hope it's after 3 would be realistic. I hope so. But if not, I'm going to cry.
I'm missing. I know it's very sad senior season, and we only play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. So now I'm only down to 5 games.
But we got the double headers. We
do have double headers, and then there's always you have Coach Ben and Coach Susie. They do a great job, so I'm not worried with the team. You guys will do just fine that Saturday without a good amount of us there. So that's against Brilliant, though. That might be a tough game, but who cares? May 1st is the next game. No, listen to this. 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Kickoff for soccer.
Bro, I never had a late game.
At Chilton.
Under the lights, you think?
I'm thinking under the lights at Chilton. I don't think it gets any better than that.
All right, boys. If you and girls, I don't want to pick favorites and it's and he's and hoes. You got to be there. All right. 7 p.m. All right. Under the lights. It's going to be magical. All right. Be there, be square.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. Be there, be square. I think the Vikes section post, I think they should totally make a post about this game. If you're not here, I don't know what you're doing. What else do people do on a Saturday night? You watch the Lake to Lake soccer games. You be a part of that student section. I want to have a roaring student section that night. That'd be awesome. Noah, wouldn't you agree?
You know what? This brings up a valid point. I was talking to Mr. Stone, our fellow band director that replaced Mrs. Hussey, and I think I got him. We can get him to do a couple pep bands. I don't know if about Chilton, but at least home, I think we can get him. Now, I think with enough persuasion, if we get it out there now, we could definitely have a student section, a pep band, May 1st, under the lights. I hope so.
I'm totally on board. I think let's bring this up tomorrow at school. What's that, Monday, April 19th. We will bring it up and we will see what happens. All right. And then week 3, May 8th at 3 o'clock at Manitowoc Lutheran. And as we know, in the past years, Manitowoc Lutheran's been horrible. So this hopefully should be a given win. Like, there's no way we lose to Lutheran.
I hope
At
not.
least I
And
hope.
I feel so bad. And Grassi, I mean, he's all right, lad. I mean, he's not my favorite. He's not my least. But
Ooh.
when he wore that Manitowoc Lutheran shirt, because he came from there, and he wore that to Lake Soccer at the Valdez home front, start of the season. It's like, what are you doing, man? You wear your green, your blue, and that occasional pink Lake to Lake shirt you own.
Amen. Amen to that. I don't know what he was doing. I think at that point, I just wanted to drop kick that kid. When you do something so disrespectful and dishonor Valor's like you're dishonoring Coach Ben, Coach Susie, and the whole team. And I think that is just disrespectful.
It brings morale down, brings the vibe. It's like, what team are you on, man? Are you on the good team or the bad team? I don't want to say which is which, but what one are you on?
Yeah.
Make up your mind.
I'm totally with you, considering we got like 30 kids on this team. I think we all got to stay together, and that's just and especially at the start of the season. Okay, then the next game, May 15th at 1:00 at home versus Brilliant. That could be a pep band game potentially. May 22nd, 1:00 at home versus Chilton. Then
okay, home game. That seems very fair. Yep.
Back-to-back home games, we'll take it. And then to end the year, June 5th at 3:00 at Manitowoc Lutheran. So yeah, we got Lutheran. We got Lutheran twice, of course. That'll be exciting. Maybe we can.
I'm gonna get the goal.
But the goal this year is to get Noah Bratz a goal. That's it. That's the goal of the season.
Yep, I've been playing soccer since 4th grade. I played goalie my first, I think, 2 years because I was about the same. Oh, okay, I was a lot shorter than the goal in size and still am. But no, I've been soccer 4th grade, and after my goalie years, I went to forward because I couldn't run. Then I joined cross, so I might play some more midfield. So let's get them legs going. Never skip leg day, guys. So we're gonna get the goal this year, junior year. It's the one.
Let's do it. And then there's another message from Susie Young saying there will be 2 more games, but Ben and I have to talk with the other coaches to see what days will work for everyone. They may be on a weekday.
All right, folks. This is brand new. This must be because of the COVID times, but there's never been a soccer on a weekend or weekday, excuse me. They're always on Saturday, normally in the morning. Mine were normally earlier, but we have some late ones, especially with that 1:00 one and that 7 p.m. That is super late. Under the lights, I hope. Pep band, let's go.
Totally with you. All right. You want to move on to the next bullet point?
On to the next bullet point. We have band, as we kind of mentioned earlier, under the direction of Nick Stone. Give him a shout out, guys. He's doing a good job this year. I mean, I like to start off with jazz first because I feel that's where it's a little bit more personal between everyone. I mean, I know we're both in the brass section and we're part of the superior instruments of trombone and then baritones. And I'm glad we have that. But I think our jazz, I'm in JV, but we're going to varsity next year, senior year. Kind of have to, otherwise it looks bad. But Drew, I want you to tell us a little bit more about your jazz experience.
So actually, yeah, my junior year, I was a walk-on varsity jazz member as Mrs. Hussey needed a trombone / baritone. So I play marching trombone, just kind of like a baritone, but it's a trombone with valves. And she needed someone, so she called upon me. So I walked on for jazz, and it is a totally different environment on first. I know you can agree with me on this compared to normal band, just like trying to get the feel for it at first. Yeah, it's really different. And now I've been on jazz. This is my 2nd year in jazz. I've sadly never been able to play with the great Noah Bratz in jazz, which that was kind of one of my goals this year, which maybe we can do a duet sometime together in jazz. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be hot.
Like a trombone duet. But I really enjoy jazz. It's a little different with Mr. Stone, but he does, like you just said, he does a great job. And I think you'll be a great part of the varsity jazz team next year. They're really going to be looking forward to having you.
Thank you, Drew. But yeah, the thing with jazz is that I'm getting there, but that swing feeling, it's so, even if you don't play music, just look up some jazz and you just feel the way they swing. And then there's just this random section where a guy just goes ham. He's only using between these 5 notes, which is crazy. And he's just going on and on. It could be like 2 minutes of him just going while everyone just relaxes, playing some, background. It's just crazy when you just got to play. You got to feel it. You got to go with the rhythm. And I should count a little bit more, but that's a personal note. But yeah, I enjoy jazz. And now I think this thing we didn't, because of COVID, I'm kind of depressed. We didn't get to do marching at any of the parades. But Drew, I'd like you to talk about some marching.
Yeah, I really am sad that especially I just think when I think marching band, you think of that Florida trip you take once a year, like once every 4 years that we never got. And at least that just breaks my heart. And I know many others feel the same way about it, because that's something when people talk about high school, at least Valor's alumni, I always hear them talk about the Florida trip. That's the one thing you always hear about. And we're not going to get that this year. And that's just a shame with the pandemic. Like we were supposed to go last year, my junior year, your sophomore year, and we didn't get that either. But I always enjoyed marching band. I still once in a while have to play Party in the USA or Grand Old Flag just to flex a little. But their parades are always good fun, and it's just a bummer we really weren't able to participate in them with COVID this year.
Yeah, my marching experience. I was always in the front because Hussey always had the trombones, then it was like the baritones, your saxophones, flutes and clarinets, percussion, something like that. And I was in the front, and I remember I was a wee little freshman. I still struggle with marching, got a hella better, but when I was marching in the front, I mean, I was second row, but then there's occasionally when there's only 5 trombones, and there's you get bumped up sometimes, and you're marching in front, trying to keep left, right, and every once in a while you'd see Huss say, left, she'd cough it, stuff like that, or you get slowly in step. But I remember a lot of Brilliant. I love the Brilliant Lights Parade. We dress up with freaking
That's the best.
Lights, LEDs, the whole 9 yards. It's just, and it's dark obviously because it's under the lights, but that was one of my favorite parades. And I miss those days of Huss telling me to march better, especially band camp, where we just spend 4 hours a day marching in the morning and under the hot sun. Miss those times.
Yeah, when I think of marching, the first thing I always think of is the greatest marcher to ever come out of Valor's high school, Collin Rathsack. The way he's able to stay in step and just like he's in his own world sometimes when he's marching, and it's a sight to see. He could be marching 6/8, he could be marching like any tempo he wants, and it's never right.
Oh man, way to bash Collin like that. But well, Collin's birthday was the other day. Happy very belated birthday to him. So gotta mention that. And happy very belated birthday to Bryn yesterday. She turned 17, her golden one. So happy belated birthday to that. I'll drink to you.
Yeah, well, I'll drink to you too.
Oh, got some. Oh, you got the fancy water. You don't got your Gotta get your Fleet Farm.
I don't have the.
Got the Fleet.
I need a Fleet Farm mug with the Noah Bratz pitcher for water, but I don't have that.
Yeah, I like my orange pitcher. I don't know, probably not a gallon, but I'll drink through one of those in one. Like if I ever shoot an episode, I'll drink that whole thing.
Yeah, you got to stay hydrated when you're talking about nonsense. You're on Noah's Nonsense.
Yep, hydrate or dehydrate in the words of Chase. I should have that guy on one of these days. But yeah, back to Collin. Interesting lad. Plays baritone as well, Drew. And you guys been friends for how long now?
Yeah, he came 7th grade, so I've been playing with him for 6 years now. I know it's kind of crazy. I can remember him as a little 7th grader coming in, and he was always tell you that he's from Stengel Elementary, but now he's all grown up. Yeah, it's in Manitowoc. It's by the lake. Elementary school.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's over there. But he's come a long way with that beautiful Hung Aloft the Night solo.
Oh,
that might have been the greatest solo.
I'm gonna have to get a clip.
That was so wonderful.
Yeah, but you stepped down, Drew. You stepped down, and out of all, I've seen a lot of things, especially like just if we talk band alone, I've seen a lot of people step down and up. Like you had it originally, you're going for it, you're doing a great job, and then you're like, you got COVID or quarantine or whatever for those 3 weeks, and then you're like, I could do it, but you're like, no, I'll give it to Collin. And then when you're gone, Collin was practicing. The first 3 days were a little rough, I admit, but the slower he got, he really did refine, and he did a good job. I respect that.
Thank you. And I thought it was the best decision to make especially for his confidence for playing. I just felt like he was capable of doing it. I knew he had it in him, but he just had to practice. And I can remember hearing those Google Meets of all you heard was Collin going da 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 da, and it was like so wonderful just to hear Collin. He's the only one practice. Like a lot of people just play like pep band music during that time, like I usually do, and others. And you just hear Collin actually like playing music, and it's like it's wonderful.
Yeah, when he tries, he does really well, and I think that's with everyone too. But like Collin, when I saw that growth as a musician as well as character. I really do respect him. I respect you for stepping down too. And I just really respect that, and I know Collin, not the greatest, and I've seen a lot of stuff. And then when you just see him step up like that, just it's crazy. And then you see that with all kinds of people. So the moral of that story is talent and growth can come from many places. You just got to give them that little nudge, and it goes a long way.
I think that's a great moral to that story. That's gonna be a memory I will always keep with me. And looking for next year for band. I mean, you guys are losing a good amount of seniors. I think your trombone section, it's gonna be you and Clarissa leading the show.
I know, and it's weird because Michael and I was okay. So there's always been that like group of seniors. Like my freshman year, we were in our freshman band, so we weren't with the symphonic, which is the sophomores, juniors, seniors. Sophomore year, it was who were the seniors then in my trombone section? You know what? I can't remember if Adam left. No, I think Adam Ebert. What was his name? Josh.
So Eben, or not Josh Eben, Josh Rathsack.
Yeah, Josh Rathsack.
There was
what's the guy?
Luke Wendling,
and there's another guy.
Jacob Shue.
Evan Collenberg, I believe. I feel like that's
Evan Collenberg, Jacob Shue. There's like 5 or 6 of them, and they were all really loud.
And they're all really loud. I was just kind of this quiet guy. I had no clue what was going on, but it was nice. There wasn't really like, I don't think there's, and Eric Thompson. Let's not forget about him.
Oh.
And yeah. And there wasn't really like one guy in charge, it's just kind of like that group, that you follow, and I remember them telling me time to time I was doing something wrong, help me. And I always liked that, I remember this day, Evan Collenberg said, yeah, that A flat, yeah, that's A natural for Holiday. And I'm like, you know what, you're right, thank you for that. It was something like that. It's little things like that you'll never forget. He did so kindly, so nicely, and now Holiday sounds hell of a lot better, and stuff like that. And now it's weird because now it's my junior, and now it's just me and Michael. Like, Michael's the senior, and like that way, Michael's the only lead, and which is kind of different from when there's a group of sound. So it's like I actually have to try harder. Sophomore just kind of laying back, figuring out what was going on. Junior year, you're trying harder, trying to lead too, because when he's gone, well, someone has to, and you want it to be strong. You don't have to play right, but you got to, play loud and proud, and you got to carry the team essentially. You got to make everyone follow, because it's better if you're all wrong versus one player's right, because at least they're all consistent, and that can change. In my eyes anyway, but we'll try really hard to step it up.
Yeah, and I think which we were talking returning people. You got you and Clarissa, I think, are going to be the two who are going to lead the charge next year. And I think we just need Garrett Noggle. We need those boys to step up. Anthony Zucchi, Cole Fisher, Braden Sobel, get those boys step up, make them play. Mr. Stone's putting them in their place now, which is great to see. And I think once they get put in their place, I think if they start playing, I think, hey, we got a trombone section.
I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to have 5 potential players and not just 2.5. I mean, if they could step up, that'd be great. And I mean, our band in general, I don't want to say because it's the COVID year and whatnot, but it is kind of lacking and kind of depressed about that. But we have definitely had some great improvement, though, like just personally. And overall, some people just really excel from this, where some have not. So there's some clouds and rain, some sunshine in there.
I'm with you. Plus, there's kids online. Like you mentioned, it's COVID year, but I can totally see the improvement from the start of the year to now. I think as a band, we've kind of improved, which is great to see. But I hope that continues for next year, too. Keep that upward trend.
Upward trend.
Yeah, we got to shout out big music major David Neuenfeld as well. That's a big flex.
Oh, man, that trumpet, when he plays that jazz solo and those high notes, it makes me happy. I mean, and Ben Eben too with his solos when we play JV, and then now he's in varsity too, which is great. Happy to see that he stepped up too, and that's awesome. I love trumpet solos a lot more, but I love trombone the best because I am biased. I do play trombone.
Same. Big bias there.
Big bias.
A good trumpet solo. We love ourselves a good trumpet solo. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Don't forget about the saxophones too. I do like their solos too, and I mean, piano is pretty nice. I mean, percussion, yeah. Bass guitar, yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything really discussed besides in band, but if you want to tell me some dreams and aspirations you have in life after high school or in general,
Yeah, I'll touch a little bit on that. So, like I mentioned at the start, I plan to go to Milwaukee for finance major and then a Spanish minor. So that'll be pretty cool, I think. I think learning, I've been with Miss Broder now, in Spanish 5 now. So it's my 5th year of Spanish. I've been treading along, and I'm really looking forward to, doing that minor and that. And I just, after those 4 years that I'm in Milwaukee, I think I'm considering right now, and obviously time will tell, but I might go to back to for graduate school and go another 2 years and get a master's in business administration. So that'd be pretty cool, I think. And I just want to work somewhere in a business, and I want to really like work my way up. So I plan to like pursue like being like a financial manager as something in the future, which I think that'd be something pretty cool to be in. And I have always, yeah. So that's my main career goal, if you want to put it that way.
That's good. It's good to
And
have goals. Glad. Because when you said in the beginning, I'm like, I don't know what that means. I have to clarify for the viewers, the 30 viewers I have. So they might get confused, and we won't want that. And this video goes viral. If I didn't clarify that, I don't think I'll live with myself, because I didn't know what that was. And minoring in Spanish, oh, I don't want to get too political over Spanish class, but from my experiences, I'd rather not talk about it. But I'm glad Drew is treading along, 5. I stopped after my 2nd year, and I felt those were the best, and I'd rather not go in much more detail.
well, Senora Broder is quite the character at times, as we all know. But there's 5 of us in Spanish 5 this year, so that tells you about the interest in Spanish in our school, how it's kind of decline on the decline. But I've stuck through it. I'm going to pursue it. I might as well. And that's yeah, like I said, that's kind of my main career goal. And another thing I've been more involved in now is kind of like high school sports. So I commentated for I did color commentary for games on WOMT, like the Lakeshore Radio, and I've done some
Oh,
basketball games
I didn't
on the
know
radio.
that.
I don't know if you knew that.
No, you
Yeah,
should
so
tell
I
me. I would
yeah
have
I did
listened in.
I did a couple games on that, and that was a great experience. And then I also got registered to be a WIAA certified official. So I'm going through the training for that process. So hopefully in the next few years I could start officiating games. First, I'm starting obviously at the elementary school, grade school level, and then hopefully I can work my way into high school. But I really want to continue covering high school sports on my own podcast that I mentioned, or that I have not mentioned yet, Jordon and Drew, the Sports Crew, and also keep doing games on the WOMT or any radio station in the future, because it's really fun. It's a great experience. Just sitting there and just talking about basketball or whatever sport it is. It's good fun.
Well, I should have told me this. I would have put a link in the description. It's gonna be right down there. It says Drew, Drew, Drew. Click me, click me.
Yeah, I forgot. You
You
said
forgot to
dreams and
mention that.
aspirations. Just when you talk, you just think of more stuff, and it's like, oh shoot, I forgot that. But
Yeah, I got to put in that personal plug. That's the point of these things. It's not to have friends or have fun. It's all about the business.
but yeah, so those are my main, I'd say, career goal, and like other goals with like the community goals. It's kind of where I would categorize that. How about you, Noah? I guess what are you looking forward to in the future?
You know, I am in a youth apprenticeship at WST Fab on Rockwood, right across the fire station. I've been there for 7 months now. No, 9 months, because I started July 13th. So 9 months now. I love machining. I really do. I love measuring the parts, watching the machine go. The CNCs, they just zoop zoop. They're crazy. They're drilling, they're tapping, they're boring, they're turning. All that's crazy. It's so new to me too, And I'm still in high school, obviously, junior. And it's crazy that I'm working in a factory with machining. There's kids that work in factories like in Kaysen, I know a couple people, but that's not really machine. I believe that's just I don't know exactly, but that's just you're just a worker. Yeah, I mean, you're a worker everywhere, but like when it comes to machining, you are with the machine. If you have problems, you can ask for help, but like you are your own maintenance. Like if something breaks down, you fix it, you figure out why. Of course, you can ask for help along the way. And I like it that way. And I learned from it too. Like I've learned so much from the 9 months I've been there and I learned a lot of life lessons too, which is great. I love my job. I machine a lot of parts. We make a lot of John Deere, C&H, all sorts of tubes as well. Love it there. What I really want to do is I'm not sure, last week, no, actually 3 weeks ago, I wanted to be an engineer. I wanted to go to Milwaukee School of Engineering or somewhere over there. And then I had a mental breakdown and I'm like, I don't know if I want to go to engineering school in here. anymore. I don't know. I love the arts. You know, I'm terrible at art. I can't draw more than a straight line with some stick figures, but I kind of want to go to animation school. I love cartoons. I'm a big child. I mean, I'm only 17. Don't get me wrong, but I can see myself 40-year-old man still watching not Blue's Clues, but like Adventure Time, all sorts of kiddie shows. I mean, that are animated, like Scooby-Doo. I still watch Scooby-Doo this day. I watch Thomas. I mean, I have brothers, so I say I watch it with them. That's not always the case. But I kind of want to go to animation school. But you know what? I still have another year in a couple months, you know, because we're almost at the end of year, which I want to talk to you about senior slumps. But I don't know I don't know. I know that's a bad answer, but I'm not really sure.
No, that's hey, you got time, dude. And even when you're in college, you can still go in undecided. There's still, because a lot of it's like gen ed classes your first couple of years. But like you mentioned with your YA, I think that's such a great opportunity. I think being able to like work while you're in school, like make money and still go to school, I think that's such a great opportunity. And I unfortunately never took that opportunity I instead took a route of just taking college classes, but I think that's still a great alternative as an opportunity for kids to do. And that's awesome, Noah. And I think, hey, if you think animation might be the way, you know, go pursue that dream. Because I think you do great things in that. Maybe you continue your podcast while you're at this.
Yeah, I gotta make more than an episode every 6 months. That'd be nice. We have to have that on the show, you know, every once in a while. I'll check up on you in the future. Make sure you're still okay.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Yeah. And I think with that, unless Drew, you have anything else to add, I think we're going to conclude our episode.
I don't have anything else. Just the senior slide, it's real. It is real. That second semester, especially the fourth quarter, it just hits you. Like, you just want to be like, why am I here anymore doing school? I want to go. I want to leave. I'm done. I did my stuff. I did my time. That's how you feel. And if you take AP classes, that's not the case, as you know, considering we got tests early May. So
you done earlier.
Study for that stuff.
You know what? Because I'm an AP Lang and I'm struggle busing, but that's just English in general. Our test is May 12th, I believe. And we just have another month of like pure nothing, essentially, because it's just a college class. And I love Miss Drinkwine, you know, shout out to her. And what she described is basically doing nothing, but it is education, you know, it's great learning opportunities, you know, Kahoot, all good fun, you know.
Well, good luck to you, Noah, on that AP Lang test. I hope you do great things. Let's go for that 3. Let's pass that test.
Let's pass.
Good luck, sir. I got a 3 on that last year. Big flex, I know. But it was virtual, so it was weird. But that's all I got. Just senior slides real. Enjoy the 4 years of high school because they fly by. So whenever you have an opportunity, I recommend just pursue it. Have some fun. Do funny things. You get in trouble. So be it. Just have fun.
All right. Well, thank you, Drew, guest star. And what is your channel again so I can shout it out one more time?
It is Jordon and Drew, the Sports Crew.
All right.
I can send you a link if you want.
You will, if you could please be dear. And I'm Noah's Nonsense, and that is the end of our episode. Take care, Drew.
Peace.
Welcome to the after show of Noah's Nonsense. I'm going to continue on with Drew for the next 5 minutes talking about random stuff and how it went. So if you want to listen, stick around. Bye. All right, Drew. So we're done now. I don't know what you want to do. That was good. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was
that went great.
Yeah, I was a little stressed in the beginning, you know, talking, especially in general, which is kind of crazy, but you know, we relaxed. Felt good.
Yeah.
No rants. That's always positive.
I'll send you our link right now. I thought that would be very nice, Noah. You do a great job on your show.
Thank you, Drew. It means a lot to me.
I think you could just the way you can just talk and just like make it like you just talk and it just like works. Like it just flows so nicely. And I'm like, damn.
Practice.
Like that's a professional podcaster right there.
Thank you. But yeah, always have bullet points so you know where your end and middle and beginning are. Otherwise, it's just all over and it's unenjoyable. You got to have some unscripted nonsense, but you got to be kind of on a path, you know.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think we did a good Here's the link.
Yeah, I'll put that in there.
It's a wavelength, so like you can choose which way. I don't know. Have you ever seen these wavelength things? Like, because I know you have a podcast too. Like, if you look at what I sent you, because all you do is go to their website and they let you make this. It like lets you put a description of your podcast on it, and then it shows all your available platforms, and they can choose which platform they want to listen to it on, and then they can also see the episodes through the wavelength. Pretty cool.
Oh, see, I use Anchor because that's the only one I really found at the time, and this is over a year or two.
I use Anchor too.
Oh yeah, more than one. I wanted to look at wavelength.
No, we go through. We make our episodes through Anchor, but this is how we distribute it.
I may have to get
you
on
can
that.
It's not this wavelength thing. It's just a way to condense all the ways you're available. Like Anchor still distributes our podcast and like uploads it, and we have sponsorships through them. But we use wavelength just to like make it simplified. So I put in my bio, and all they do is just look at. All they have to do is just look at this, and they can choose how they want to listen to it.
Yeah, it's definitely nicer than Anchor. Yeah, like I have Anchor as distributor. You can like go to it, but it's just like the most bare bones thing where this actually looks like something I'd like to look.
It looks more professional. Yeah,
it really does. I'll have to check that out then.
Awesome. I do love my Anchor. Do you have any other sponsorships? We just have the Anchor one right now, but we used to run a DQ podcast back in the day, and that one we actually got people to sponsor.
Wait, like what companies or people or what?
It was a business called The Infatuation. It was like I don't even know what it was. They sponsored us, and they gave us like it was a pretty good like payout. Like we made like $5 or $6 off this podcast that we recorded while we worked. It was pretty cool.
Oh, you got that's good. But yeah, I have to check Wave out because that definitely seems a lot prettier than that. And I'll of course put your link in the description and whatnot because that's a friend's.
Yeah, and we're recording today, so I told my co-host we're shouting you out too. We'll talk about how I was on the show today, and go check out Noah's Nonsense if you want to listen to some nonsense. And I'll put your link. We'll put your link in the description too.
Yep. You want my Anchor or YouTube or all the above?
You give me which one you want people to listen to or like to click on. Like which one do you want them to see?
Probably YouTube's probably the most common.
Okay. I didn't even know you had YouTube. I'm gonna quickly go sub. Noah's
Nonsense. Should be up there. I have like 30 subs, not the flex.
Here it is, 34 subs.
Oh, 34. Okay, 34.
We'll make it 35.
Oh, true. That I'm gonna have to subscribe to you. I'm gonna have to listen in. I didn't even know you were podcasting.
Wait. Oh yeah, I've been podcasting. So the DQ one we did, DQ closed November of 19, but we ran this podcast probably since September of 18. So it was like a year. It ran for like a year or like 14, 15 months. And then we started this one up early March. So we just kind of got back into it. Kind of newer.
What y'all talk about?
Yeah, we've got
one.
On this new one, we talk. So we go over. I'll read our description exactly.
I could do that too.
We cover sports, so anything from local. We cover local high school sports. We cover collegiate level sports. We cover professional level. We have guests on. We talk random stuff. Like we sometimes talk random stuff. Actually, today we're recording a March Madness bracket, but like of Dairy Queen blizzards, and we're gonna kind of compare and debate which blizzards. And we're getting Zach on, Zach Roush, you know.
I know Zach. I know Zach.
On the Dairy Queen. Yeah, of course you do. Yeah. So he's going to have his say as a worker of Dairy Queen. He worked at the one in Chilton. He worked at the one his parents owned, of course. So we're having him on as the DQ guy who's going to like be our tiebreaker for when we debate these blizzards. Okay, so that'll be funny. I'm definitely going to watch this one. I'll get back to you, but I'm excited. And awesome. Yeah, if you ever want me on the show, not to invite myself over, talk soccer or some mini golf. That's about all the sports I know, but I'll be down. I'll be down. That's awesome because I plan to actually have you out. I plan to have you on at the end of the soccer season to recap our season. If you're down,
lovely.
Because I'm thinking it's going to be me. We're going to have you on and we'll do an interview with you. We're going to ask what do you thought of the season. We're gonna talk. It was going to be me and you. We're going to talk soccer. We're going to talk about our best game, our worst game. Maybe we do like a soccer awards show or something dumb like that.
We got to have out all the boys, you know, have like little paper cutouts in the background. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we'll do something dumb like that, and
that'd be great
because we're kind of like your show where like we put like a funny spin on stuff, but like we talk sports, so it's kind of different because we just prioritize sports, and you talk about
literally
anything, which is awesome.
Goes. I like variety. Senior seconds, I always do alliterations with my episodes, so that's the only down.
That was class.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I love alliteration. So, but yeah, I'm
All right.
so excited. I'm gonna work really hard and hopefully get this done the next day or two. Cause I probably can just submit it now and don't have to worry about anything, but no, it's good to look through, make sure there's anything too sketchy.
Yeah, we didn't really have any like awkward moments. I mean, there was maybe
No.
like a 2-second thing, but like
That's healthy.
it just if the flow was great, I thought, and it'll be great. I'll listen. Let me know when it's up because I'll share your episode too. I'll share it on my Instagram.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
That's just how we do it. We gotta support the guys, you know.
Gotta support the boys. Yeah, boys help homies.
Yeah,
Help homies always.
Yes, sir. So all right, that's all I got.
Yeah,
That
well, I'll
was
see you.
great.
Thanks.
All right,
man.
see you, dude. Awesome.